Hello, this is Tom Evans with my philosophy of education. Like a lot of you, I had to re-record and narrow a lot of things down. So my presentation here today may be a little bit disjointed. Doesn't really reflect my whole entire philosophy for the assignment that we're turning in. I will jump right into it. I subscribe mostly to Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, like a lot of you do. Um, it's fun. It's neat. It's effective at capturing the fact that not all students are the same and they're interested in different things. They have different aptitudes for different things, and that's okay. People have different abilities. There's different ways to enhance all those abilities, and you're not either smart or not smart if you do or don't have all of these or some of these. And it's a nice whole person approach to for self-esteem and a bunch of other different things. It's not. I don't want to get into a sort of a debate about empiricalism, but it's not empirical in the ways that the other theories are. So there's a lot of scholarly debate about the whole, like whether it's really a theory and whether other things can be classified as intelligence. But um, for me, I choose this theory because it embodies a definition of intelligence that weaves its way into the kind of teacher that I want to be. So specifically, here's part of my write-up about the five ways of being and how it integrates with intelligences and Gardner's theory. If teachers are excited about all aspects of learning and experiencing life, they'll inevitably be curious about the world, intrigued by student differences. That's important, especially for us as education specialists, intrigued by student differences, and hopeful that they'll find their own forms of self-esteem and motivation. Multiple intelligences requires teachers to see students as complex people who manifest different interests and aptitudes. Seeing education as limitless opportunities can let teachers be determined to make a difference and optimistic about their ability to pass along these traits to their students. And I'll hit this at the end again a little bit. Um, so I am astounded by the legal reforms and the protections that have happened in the 20th and 21st century to create our jobs, the jobs that we will have, the jobs that some of us have. But it still doesn't guarantee the student can receive the very best education. And now I'm reading from the middle. That's where special education teacher can make a difference. If they understand their duties, plan for them, learn best practices, and show leadership through advocacy and collaboration. This is a quote from one of our texts. Education specialists need a deeper and more comprehensive understanding of students, more so than a general education teacher. That, continuing here, facilitates the development of highly responsive, explicit, systematic instruction and behavioral interventions that support the success of these students. So, like we've been experiencing the last several months, it's complex. There's a lot going on, um, but it's good and it's beneficial to society and to our students and their needs and their development. This is one of the other points. I will know quickly when a student is not trying their best. Ideally, I will know why, but my relationship with them will be such that I can quickly figure out why if it is way out of the normal mode for them. This reiterates the call to understand my students in a whole and integrated way, including their current and possible emotional states. So this is one of our projective learning outcomes of knowing our students, knowing their situation, knowing everything that's going on in their lives that might be causing motivation problems or behavior problems. Doug Lemoff says the finest teachers offer up their work with generous servings of energy, passion, enthusiasm, fun, and humor. He calls this the J factor, the joy factor. If we're joyful, our students will be joyful about their day and about learning and all sorts of stuff. Lastly, again, there's a lot of other things, but here's me rushing through this. In terms of assessment, I seek to normalize error. And again, I'm taking a quote from Doug Lemoff, who advises that educators normalize error. Wrong answers happen all the time, and they don't need any additional narration from the teacher. If the answer is correct, also, they don't need additional narration. Don't flatter, don't fuss, he says. And that is it. We are all done, and I wish you all the best of luck. It's been a pleasure being your classmate and in your cohort.